Good evening, glory, hallelujah to you. What the heck's your story? What's going through you? It's Wednesday night. You know what night is. It's the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show night. And I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Welcome, Bass Galaxy. Yes, we're doing it. We're doing it. And tonight is a long overdue evening with our friend, a Bass Galaxy favorite. Give it up for Johnny Cox. Smiling Johnny Cox. The handyman's coming back tonight. Keep it rolling. Putting on the hits. Dancing with the stars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna get down in gritty tonight with Johnny, and we're gonna talk about everything from life to some secrets of John Cox finding fish. So that should be very interesting. And a real cool special prize giveaway from Johnny Cox in Berkeley. So keep in that. I know, Ginge, I'm fidgety. It's the first. I got to get once I get the mojo working, you know what I mean? The mojo rising, then I start rolling into the groove. I get into the groove. You know what they mean? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that guy back there, he's producing the heck out of this thing right there. That's Andrew Ellenberger. He's a ninja. That's you. Ginge, I miss sunshine. I'm looking in the monitor, and it's already getting, winter is coming.
Yeah.
Winter is coming, Ginge. I don't know.
Sad.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but there's still bassing to be had. And my trolling motors, I busted it again. Yeah, and banging into log jams. Hesse's saving me again over in Minnesota. So thank God for Hess. He's an angel. It's a bassing angel right there. Hey, you know what else going on tonight, Chinch?
What's that?
All kinds of viewer questions. We're taking viewer questions tonight.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you that in the pre-production meeting, but we're taking viewer questions, and JR's going to field them to you or something, and you cherry pick them and give some good ones. No wacky rig stuff.
No.
Right? I mean, well, there'll be some wacky rig stuff, but you'll see. But no, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Ginge.
I got you.
You know what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
You know what we want. So field your viewer questions to JR on the chat board, and we'll get him to John Cox. That's going to be a whole deal tonight. Also, again, like and share the live Facebook feed. There's 2 chances tonight. 2 Berkeley prize packs. One, a Stray Cast prize pack, and the other one is a Johnny Cox Berkeley prize pack. So 2 chances here on this live broadcast to stifle up the pot. Is that a thing? Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds like a poker term. I don't know. Hey, also, I got to tell you this. If you have not seen, the good folks over at Impulse Lithium have the new Do-It-All. Not the Know-It-All, but the Do-It-All battery. It does everything that you could possibly need any marine or outdoor battery to do. And check it out at impulselithium.com or on their Insta page. There's all kinds of information about that deal right there on the Impulse Lithium page. Hey, Ginge, you know how I know you're excited? Because you walked in the door with some Alpha Customs today, and you were like, hey, it's that time. Oh, what do you got? What was that? I liked it. Oh, okay, yeah. That's good Alpha Custom music,
Yeah.
Ginge. So, Ginge, we got some rods today, and and Pop sent over to the house here some 610 custom rebounds.
Like 10 or 9?
610.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had them 610. I don't know. Did you ordered them for me? Did you order 6.9? Taking them back to the Walmart.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, honey, I'll be right back. Got an errand to run.
I'll tape a tip on it.
Going to Washington, over to see Boomer. No, but seriously, Alpha Angler Custom Shop. If you are not accustomed to the goodness of the Alpha Angler Custom segment of the website, check it out. They're doing all kinds of stuff now. I'm seeing cork handles, Ginge, and custom lengths,
yeah.
and I like to get just mess around with the different lengths of rebounds. I got 7.4s, I got 7 foots, I got 6.10s, and I'm loving it, dude. You know what I mean? Ginge, are you feeling good?
Yeah.
It's Wednesday night and it's Coxtoberfest.
Yes.
It is.
Careful.
Here in the region. Free cabbage rolls and coffee to the first 10 viewers that were in there tonight. Hey, Ginge, you know what I hear word on the streets besides some heads are going to tumble? You know what's going on? Power pole trolling motor. All I'm saying. Bye.
Yeah.
Next thing I want to talk about, hey, you know Brody of the Lake?
Yeah.
We talked about him before here with the auctions for the Martins family, and there's still a bunch of cool jerseys at Brody of the Lake eBay.
He has
And
all sorts of stuff on there.
all kinds of
It's fun
cool
to go
stuff.
just through the old stuff.
Absolutely. And I know that link will be up there. JR will have
Yep.
that up there. Brody, he's been in the chat. That's good stuff. We got to get Brody around, talk some. He's a good talker.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Hey, you know who's almost done moving? You know who's are getting things going? That's Omnia.
Oh.
Yeah, Pistol Pete. Yeah, he was over somewhere with they were doing like a mafia run for tackle or something the other day. They're going up to I don't know, something about the Ozarks or something. I don't know, but they were going up there to get secret tackle for Omnia. But they're moving into a bigger, better, faster, stronger location. And I can't wait to see what happens when that goes down, dude. Omnia Fest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how we doing over
Good.
there? Do we have
coming.
do we have our special guest?
Couple seconds.
Okay. I don't know where the heck this guy is coming from tonight.
Yeah, who knows where?
Yeah, I mean, the last time he was in Guam 3 weeks ago, and then he was at Cape Canaveral inside a space shuttle, and then last week he was in the Florida Keys bone fishing, and if you don't know who I'm talking about the Whiskey Gypsy, and that's Luke Foley.
Uh-oh.
You know him. Oh, there he is. Give me a beat, Miss Jackson. That's what we need right there.
Hold on.
The Luke Foley Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. It's coming at you. Where's he at? What is going on? Oh! Now I see. There he is. I can see clearly now that the other screen is gone. Hey, Foley. Are you there, Luke Foley?
He's having problems.
What is going on?
I think his earbud's connected and he didn't want him to.
His earbuds connected to his ankle bone?
Yeah.
What happens when that happens?
Just sign, Luke.
Luke, you're speak very deliberately, and I will read your lips. The Tin Cup Whiskey word of the week is whiskey and Cool Whip and extravaganza. Foley, Ginge, what does he got to do? Hey, there's that Veronica Vaughn's going to save the day. Here comes Courtney. Courtney's doing things, technical stuff. She's silent, too. I'm giving play-by-play. Looks like that Luke Foley's rounding second, and in comes Courtney. It's going to be a play at the plate. I think you need to disconnect the earbuds and reconnect.
You there?
Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Luke Foley. He's a whiskey gypsy. Yes, now we're doing stuff. Gosh dang, am I excited.
That was close.
Holy cow.
How you been, Pat?
Thank you, Courtney. I'm doing good. How are you, Foles?
Good. I'm at home for a change. I've been all over the place.
You look good. You got good color to your face. You and Courtney both. Yeah, it looks like you guys.
Look at me. I look like a ghost.
Yeah, well, no, you don't. That's not true. I don't know. Yeah, Foley's an outdoorsman. But Foley, I was talking earlier, we're already missing sunshine around here in this part of the world, in your part of the world.
I am too.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible, Court. It's horrible. But you know what's amazing? You know what's absolutely amazing? Is the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week every Wednesday here on Stray Cast. You know that, Foles?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Hey, so watch this. This is going to get crazy. This is like one time it's been like, I mean, I don't know how else to put this, but we're going to throw Courtney under the bus right now. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Sounds like fun.
Stayed on the couch.
You
Okay.
should have.
Considered it.
Okay. So every week here on Stray Cast, we have the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. And whenever you hear a specific word, you take a sip of Tin Cup Whiskey or whatever beverage you may choose, whether it's ice cold Coca-Cola or a Cafe Con Leche or a Tin Cup Whiskey. And we ask that you please sip responsibly when you hear that word. And tonight, for the first time ever, with no assistance and totally on the spot, with John Cox, and this being Coxtoberfest, Courtney, you're giving the word of the week.
You're gonna have to give the word of the week.
Yeah, Foles, I'm sorry to
absolutely
do
no
this to your
idea.
babe. I don't know, but I had to do it.
John Cox is a great guy. Say shallow water.
Shallow water?
Shallow
Yeah.
water, that's amazing.
Shallow.
How did you do that? Wow. Holy cow, Courtney.
John's a man after my own heart. He doesn't use a depth finder, and God bless him.
Yeah, we have a segment tonight called 4 Feet or Less, actually. And
Yeah.
good job. Shallow water to
There you go.
excellent, Courtney. To celebrate Coxtoberfest, the word of the week is shallow water. So whenever you hear shallow water, take a sip, and whatever you sip it responsibly. Not like me, who's already had like 17 coffees today. Foles, I got to tell you this. I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning. I took my parents to the airport to Jamaica today. You know, they're
Okay.
Yeah, they're all bougie. You know how that goes. And
I know.
and I'm dog sitting a little Irish dog right
Okay.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear Lord.
Yeah. So I don't know where he's at, but he's
Do not get this thing.
yeah.
You just opened. Oh, my God.
Oh, you got one of them too? I don't know.
Well, no, she moved the thing in when I was fishing the BFL on the Ohio River.
Oh, now you got one. Well, this dog,
Yeah.
Ginge, I'll probably throw the whole studio down, but let me see if I can get this. Come here, puppy dog. This is here's my. This is Seamus.
Seamus?
He's an Irish Bassin dog. I don't know if you can see, but they look like they could be buds, right?
This is Ben. He's a
This
Cocker
is
Spaniel.
Ben.
He tends to like everyone.
Except he doesn't like me. Hey, get lost.
Hey, he's a
looks like he likes
he's a
it.
Coxer Spaniel, and John Cox is on tonight. So
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
so perfect.
Hi,
So
what you
perfect.
doing?
Hey, with that being said, everybody like and share the live Facebook feed for your chance for a double Berkeley prize pack. And when you hear the word shallow water, take a sip of whatever you choose and sip responsible. And Foles and Courtney and Tin Cup Whiskey, thanks for your support of this show. You're so happy right now, Courtney. It was doggy. We had doggy day. It was like Super Doggy Bowl.
He loves dogs.
That's the
I love
magic
it,
of a
babe.
Bass and Talk show. I wish this was a real cool, like bad, like one of them Dobermans, like by my side or something. It's just, but you're still good. You're still a good puppy. That's right. Hey, you loving it, Foles? You loving this?
Yeah.
You loving this bass fishing life you're living?
I am. I hadn't been able to go the last 2 weekends, and I can't go this weekend, but I'm going to hit it hard before it gets too cold. I want to be doing some cold water cranking. I'm looking forward to it.
It's
so.
never too late to come
No.
out this way and do a little cold water cranking. You know what
Oh,
I'm
I'm
saying?
going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Seamus, what do you say we put the power poles down and Foles and Courtney do the same? And when we come back, it's Johnny Cox. Smiling Johnny.
John Cox.
There it is. Hey, love you guys. Peace. I'll see you soon. Be good. Enjoy
See
the
ya.
evening. Shallow
right.
water.
Shallow water.
Shallow water. Thanks, Tin Cup
Shallow.
Whiskey.
Like that song.
Yeah.
I'll sing it.
You better.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkeley scientists have. Thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural. Man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. No matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com. Hi there, ho there, y'all. Welcome back. It's Cockstoberfest. And we're pretty excited to bring to you a bassin icon. And the reason for the season of Cockstoberfest, Bass Galaxy. Give it up for the Slurpee guzzling, gas station sushi eating, bass catching son of a gun. It's the one and only Johnny Cox. Hey, and you're in the garage.
Hey guys, what's happening?
He's in the garage.
Yep, man, I'm in the garage. It's a complete disaster. I just unloaded the truck, and the fishing's been too good down here, so I'm not cleaning it yet.
Hey, there's no need for that yet, bud. And Bass Galaxy, give it up for the one and only John Cox. There he is, right there. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Pat.
Mano y mano. You know what I mean? It's been like, lately it's been, whenever we have you on, it's special cameos or like segments or...
Right.
But now this is an evening with you. This is to celebrate John Cox and try to get into your brain a little bit, okay? Are you okay with this?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, this is my space. This is where I do a lot of thinking and mess with a lot of baits and some really good ideas come out of this shed here.
Okay, I love it. And first off, we are so glad that you and the family and everybody around in your immediate area was okay with the hurricane that passed through. We were worried sick about you when all that stuff was going down, and you kind of got through unscathed, bud.
Oh man, we were extremely lucky. There was a lot of flooding around here, but nothing like the poor people over there on the coast. It's just so bad. I think some of them, I'm sure there's still plenty of places without power and stuff. And man, we've been praying for them. So hopefully it'll all get back to normal soon.
Yeah, and I've experienced some of the devastation of hurricanes in the South Florida area, and it's horrible, but it's a double-edged sword for fishermen, man. And I almost feel guilty talking about this because of the devastation that occurs when a hurricane happens in Florida. But the fishing when a hurricane post hurricane, bar none, bud, bar none. Wow. When those spillways open, we'd have buckethead spots, we'd have snook spots, tarpon spots. Mixed bag spots. Unreal.
Yeah, it's really crazy how it shows you how many fish are actually in some of these lakes when those spillways get running. Just the other day we were down, Palm Bay area, and the guy was leaving. He said he caught 106. We pulled in behind
JT
him.
Kenny owns Palm Bay. We just let everybody
down there.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And but it's amazing, those spillways, how many fish live up there around them.
It is. And people that haven't experienced this, it's not uncommon to catch 100+ fish from standing in one spot. They might all be 2-pounders, and you might get a 6 or an 8 in there, but you can catch over 100 fish like with your feet planted.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun, and I tried to throw the Berkeley's new money badger. Crank down through there, and that's when I didn't realize there was that many fish. I thought maybe we were catching the same 100 fish, but when you're reeling that crankbait along the bottom, you're feeling it come over their backs constantly, and then it's hard to not get one on. You run it over 2 or 3, and then one gets it, and if it comes off, another one picks it right up. So it's just been amazing.
It's so interesting to me that you said you're throwing the honey badger in the just the fact that you're throwing a crankbait all the time now, and we'll talk more about that later. But that's Andy. That's the bait he brought up, was a crankbait. What an unreal. But
Who is this?
Yeah, I know. What have you done with John Cox?
I know.
Hey, but seriously, man, I got to tell you this. We've been doing this show. This is we're going on season 8 coming up, and you've been here since your FLW victory. That's the first time we ever met you, and your Forcewood Cup victory, may I say? You've just been a huge supporter of this show, and I counted it up. You and I have done a dozen shows together, John.
Wow.
Including this and Crestliner shows and Bass U and all that stuff. We've done a dozen shows.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I honestly, when the other day when you asked me to come on, I was thinking, I've been waiting. I've kind of felt like it's been a while.
I felt the same way, and we have a big Berkeley special coming up with you, Bobby Lane, and Matt Robertson in the future. But that thing's we were going to do that today, and I'm like, you know what? We'll do that later, but we're going one-on-one with John Cox, because it's been a while. Ginge was looking at it, and I think it's been almost a year since we just had you as a feature. And
wow.
Yeah, and that's too long.
That's crazy.
It's too long. So thank you for your support, for real, of this show over the years. We appreciate you, bud, and the whole fam. We feel like the evolution is kind of like you've become our Bassin fam. You, Melissa, the kids, Melissa's parents, Red, and of course, your dad, Red. And you know, the one of the biggest pleasures of becoming friends with you, John, is watching one of your favorite sons evolve, Keith Carson. You just you watched him blossom, and grow from a seed to a tree, and now Keith has become the man that he is.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, time has flown by, and our whole bass fishing, everybody, out there, we're one big family too, and it's just cool how especially down here after the storm, how everybody kind of came together and was out and stuff, and it's just really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Well, thank you. We appreciate all that, and so I mean, we're just gonna get some basic stuff out of the way real quick, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. Did we lose John again? Something happened before on the when he was hitting the other thing, because I don't think he heard whatever the heck we were saying. He keeps getting texts and he swiped it. Ginge, 12 times Johnny Cox has been on the show with us. That's a lot if you think about it. I don't know what the total number was with Brent. Is Johnny back? Oh, there he is. Okay. There you are. Hi. Did you get technical for a second?
Yeah, no, I think you got connected to the Wi-Fi at my house.
Oh, the Wi-Fi was connected to the ankle bone, just like...
Yeah, and Asian Rob's in there editing video. So
is that what's going on?
It was lagging the feed.
Hey, so let's hope that we don't connect with Asian Rob's feed, just in case. Just in case, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Hey, I don't think you heard anything that I was saying before. But
I honestly, I got bits and pieces. I tried really hard.
No, but I want to tell you, because I want you to hear this, that we appreciate the support that you and your family have given Stray Cast, from Melissa and the kids, Melissa's parents, of course, Red, your dad. Amazing. And then I was telling you, it was nice to watch Keith Carson blossom into the man that he's become. He was your hardest kid to raise, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm telling you, boy. Keith was one of the hardest ones so far, but he's doing really well. And yeah, I mean, our family support is, that's what makes us do what we can do, and your guys' support and stuff. And, man, I just, appreciate all you guys do too.
I got to tell you, whenever I wear the John Cox Post Malone cut off shirt that I have that Melissa's dad gave me,
right?
Oh, we get so many messages on it. Everybody wants the John Cox Post Malone Bassmaster Classic shirt.
I know. It's crazy. I think I ordered like 3,000 of them. Spent like, I don't know how much money, and I just like, we're gonna give them out, And man, we were out of them like in a couple days. We had like none left, and
dude,
I don't know. I'll do another run these days.
Yeah, I had two. Somebody stole one at the lobby, and we and me, Matthew, and Fighter cherish ours. We absolutely cherish them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I saw Matt at the Demolition Derby had it on.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Because and if you wear it someplace, I cut the sleeves off of mine. So yeah. Typical South Chicago type stuff. But here's the deal. Right. So everybody said, "Oh yeah, we're big Post Malone fans, man." I'm like, no, that's the handyman, Smiling John Cox. He runs a tin boat. He's awesome.
Right. Right. That's funny.
Hey, what are you doing in 23? What are you fishing? What's going on?
I mean, right now it's looking like probably going to do the old pro circuit, which is now going to be the invitationals.
Okay.
I'm going to probably do those, and then the Bassmaster Elites, and maybe even do some Toyota series. They got a really good championship. And they have this wild
You're a businessman. You're a businessman.
I mean, they got this wild card event you go to. And all you got to do is fish any four Toyotas. And if you're in the top 25 in points after you fish those four in the wild card, you get to go. So
there's no man in the sport of bass fishing that calculates derbs due to as a business owner. In other words, you may not. Of course, you're fishing to win everything, but you're always looking at that growing that above the red line. You know what I mean? And it's you look at it different than a lot of tournament anglers. You really do, John.
It is. It's hard because, like you got to look like there's some, you're going to lose money. You're not going to go to, you're still going to pay an entry fee. So it's really hard.
No, you're the only one that does that.
Yeah, I know, but it's really hard to be like, okay, I'm going to lose 20 grand, doing this, but is it going to be worth it? And so far it's been good.
So far it's worth it. Facing forward without forward facing. That's you. That's
man.
That's
I'm telling you, I still, talking on that, I still like that's like my biggest fight in my head every day. Whether I'm gonna go ahead and go in 100% and try to learn it and start using it, and and then the other part of me is like, yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna do just like we've been doing, and if it ends up not working,
I got to tell you, I don't fish for a living, but I'm in the same situation. I don't know what to do. Like if I should get it or not. Cause I think if I get it, I'm just going to still beat the bank, Yeah. And then everybody's like, oh, you'll find holes in grass lines and dibbity bam, bam, boom. And I'm like, man, that sounds amazing. But like, then what do I do? Am I now not getting in tune with nature? And I don't know. I'm not, believe me, I am not opposed to anything that catches fish, but I like it. The periscope's a deal, but I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting to hear that you're torn. I didn't know that. I wasn't really planning on talking about this, but
I know. I know, but I'm pretty sure this next season, I'm definitely not going to go with it. Going to just do it the way we've been doing it. And, see what
I got a segment later called 4 foot or less, and I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so the next time that you come in, we'll have a 12 foot or less segment. Yeah, if you get that. I don't know. Hey, now I'm gonna put you on the spot, and then we're gonna really get into a lot of putting on the spot. So this is a warm up of putting you on the spot.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm gonna let you think about this for a minute. So whether you know it or not, John, you've become a Bassin icon. You are a pro's pro. Like everybody, hey man, I don't know. You might think this sounds weird, but every professional angler looks up to you. Do you realize that?
No,
dude.
I don't.
Hey, I live this game, bro. You you just have blinders on it because you just do your thing. But everybody respects the way you fish immensely. Everybody. Everyone. Would you not agree with that, Andy? Would you not agree with that, Bass Galaxy? I mean, come on.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. John. So that being said, I need you to think about this. It's a lot of pressure because you hold a very high position in the Bass Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah. So I need you to tell me your mission statement.
Oh.
Yeah. John Cox, you know how all businesses have them. You're a businessman, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a businessman. We need the John Cox Bassin Business Mission Statement.
Oh, my gosh. I don't.
Yeah, what's your goals? Mission statements contain goals and aspirations and hopes and dreams.
Honestly, my goals, to be 100%, I want to keep a roof over my house.
Okay.
And keep the kids fed.
Keep the kids fed? So the mission statement then is to vow to keep your family food sheltered and clothed.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. And enough Slurpees and 7-Eleven hot dogs for yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard to not drink soda and the Slurpees. I had to break down and have one before the show.
I know it's a security blanket, and
I think that's what it was.
It really
I feel
is.
a lot better now.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you, man. I've battled lots of addictions in my life, and one of the toughest ones is sugar. Sugar is a biatch.
I'm telling you, I get so angry,
dude.
It's And I'm not an angry person, you know.
I know you're not. I mean, it's only evident that you're not an angry person. But I mean, it's like sugar is so addictive. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
So what's your deal? What's the Slurpee? When you go in, what are you filling up? Are you jungle mixing? Are you single flavor? What are you doing?
I'm straight Coke every time.
Straight Coke?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's been a problem of mine probably since 7th, 8th grade.
John
honestly.
Cox has been addicted to the Coke since 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah. I mean, it's
you and Kenny Powers.
Ever since my mom would let me take off on my bike, and I mean,
that Florida's a wild place, man.
I would ride my bike straight to the gas station every day.
Oh my goodness gracious! But for real, man. I mean, it's and then what's the snack? What's the snack at the gas station?
Honestly, I go in there and I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of hungry. But if I'm gonna drink a Slurpee, I probably shouldn't eat anything. So I usually just go straight Slurpee just so I can kind of justify it. And
it's got all the groups in it, all the food groups.
Yeah, I'll eat later in the day or whatever.
Hey, now you're gonna call me crazy, right? I'm gonna give you a little something here. Now, and you get it. Now, this is not disgusting as you think. All right.
Right.
You get yourself that Coca-Cola Slurpee.
Yeah.
The ice cold Coca-Cola Slurpee. You know what I mean? It's starting to melt a little bit, and you got the juice at the bottom. You know what I mean, John? How those Slurpees get,
Yeah.
You throw yourself some Skittles in there.
Oh man,
buddy, you throw a few Skittles in there, and I'm telling you, let them get in that juice a little bit, in that Coca-Cola juice. We're talking sugar junkie stuff right now.
Right?
Yeah. And then when you start drinking, then you eat a few of those hardened Skittles. Now the Coca-Cola is eating away the color, and they're all white.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's a flavor like you don't know from heaven above. It really is, John.
I have done that before, but not Slurpees.
But not what?
But not with a Slurpee.
Okay, what'd you do it with?
No, I don't. Well, we won't talk about that.
You put the Skittles somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's on the After Hours show.
Yeah.
The mission statement is to definitely stay above the red line and to treat Bassin as a regular business, man. You're like, you are basically the only Bassin guy that kind of punches a clock. You really are.
I mean, that's all I've ever known. I mean, even some of the jobs I've had, I mean, it's just, go. And anytime there's work, anytime there's work, you go, because you don't know when there's not going to be any work.
Yeah. And you and I, like you and I have literally had this legitimate conversation. I hope that you don't mind that I bring this up, but you've said like, yeah, Pat, I'm gonna stack it up, and because I don't know what this forward facing sonar's gonna do, man. I'm gonna stack it up like
right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, like, am I gonna be, like monofilament line where it's just it's just not it's like
Johnny Mono.
I don't really use it anymore.
Dude, I mean, hey, this is the reality of it. Since Henschel's Book of Black Bass, right? Mm-hmm. Way back, they've been 4 foot or less. Okay, right. So I don't think that's gonna change. So there's always for a guy like you, a business owner like you, there's always gonna be business.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I hope you're right.
I think there is. Yeah, hey, it's gonna evolve, but you're gonna be fine, John. You got nothing to worry about. The Bass Galaxy knows that. They know that. They know that. Hey, let's go to some John Cox highlights. Okay, over the years here on Straight Cast. Here's a couple of my favorites. A little highlight reel, a mental highlight reel, and you kind of share some thoughts on these as I talk about it. Now, the first time that we ever met you was after your Forest Wood Cup win. Mm-hmm. And, it was cool. Like, now, no disrespect intended, but that was the first time that we ever met you. And you were up for days on energy. And we were like, man, I think this guy's on drugs or something. You know what I mean? And, I mean, it ain't like nobody's ever said that about any of us, but you were up for days, man, like on a Forest Wood Cup win, like probably at least 24 Slurpees and nothing but raw energy.
Oh yeah. I mean, gosh, you got to remember, I'm in the middle of summer. I go to a tournament where normally I would do horrible in August, fish are out deeper normally. And, we're on a Tennessee River lake, Lake Wheeler, and I'm going up the creek and I'm getting big ones to eat my frog.
Yes.
Catching them on 50-pound braid, big rod. I mean, I was just on a different planet. Like, I mean, I felt like I was on a different lake. I mean, it was just some of the best funnest fishing that I've had in in years, I was in a different world.
We're like, oh my gosh, here's a dude in a John boat. He's cool. He's cool AF. He's in there at the time you were building your own rods and just slinging a frog. You know what I mean? And dude, I mean, hey, how many of those frogs you got left?
I got
you're looking
about 30 of them.
30.
Yeah.
They stopped making those.
They did stop making them, but we might have some exciting stuff coming here pretty soon.
Oh, I know. That's oh, I heard. Hey, that was the first time that we were introduced to you on the Stray Cast Show. That was pretty amazing. The next deal that I remember is the when you were violated by a ghost in Bob Rutherford's attic. And I mean, the truth is stranger than fiction, John. We talk about this often on Stray Cast. We've had lots of paranormal stories. Seth Fighter saw his cat after it was dead. Drew Cook has had Sam Squanch experiences, Bigfoot experiences that he can't even talk about it. He can't even talk. Oh, he can't even talk about it. But
I got chills when Matt Steffen told me his Bigfoot story.
Oh,
because I don't think Matt Steffen's ever lied about anything.
No, Matt's total legit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that story gives me chills when he tells me.
Here's the thing, man. Your story gives me even bigger chills because you got violated by a ghost and you don't lie about nothing either. And you were staying in our good friend Brad Rutherford, who is an amazing boss to us at Berkeley, and he his dad has a cool place right there in Hartwell, and you and Keith had the run of the attic, as many anglers have had, and but you were the only angler who was ever violated by a ghost.
I asked there, no one else has ever experienced anything like that. I remember, I still feel that kiss that it gave me on the cheek before it jumped off me and ran through the wall. Like it was just, it was so long ago, but it's crazy. I brought the kids back this last summer.
Okay.
I brought the kids back. I'm like, hey, we are spending the night there. And Bob sleeps up there now.
Oh, gosh.
He's got it all finished. He's got a sign.
Well, Bob's got the ghost satisfied, apparently.
Oh, yeah. He's up there with them. It's... But we didn't get any kind of we slept good and we didn't have any kind of paranormal.
Thank God. But for real, bud, that's crazy. That happened to you, straight up.
Oh yeah.
And
we slept. We didn't turn the lights. Once we turned the lights on and we didn't say anything for a little bit, we never turned the lights off. We stayed awake.
Wow.
We tried to sleep, but we tried to sleep with the lights on because we were like, man, whatever that was,
Gosh, but then you heard a lot of weird noises from Keith's side of the room, didn't you?
Yeah.
But hey, truth is stranger than fiction. Another highlight moment from you. Here's another deal on a serious note. The Walter show. We had a show scheduled right at the time you were trying to save the beloved Walter.
Yeah.
And I mean, for real, the whole family was devastated. You had a trophy bass that you saved, and it was living in your bathtub.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, John.
When you say it like that, it sounds a little bit crazy, but
no, it's beautiful. Come on.
I mean, we spent hours and hours with that fish trying to keep him alive, you know, and to where the point where I'm like, hey, he's going to make it or she's going to make it.
I remember.
You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I went out.
I even wrote a song for the dang fish.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I went out and bought that giant, like 350-gallon tub and got him like a big stump in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And got him a filter. And yeah, he didn't make it. I mean, I think Keith fed him and he ate a little bit of bologna and then he just died. It was terrible. It was
horrible. Now, pardon me for not remembering. What was the final? What did you do with? Where's the remains of Walter?
So I weighed him, and he was 10, 15.
Okay.
Almost 11 pounds, and I couldn't bury him. So I went and got him mounted, and he's in my office now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that's like Roy Rogers and Trigger. He had his horse mounted.
Yeah. Hey, I feel a little bad. I walked by and I'm kind of sad, and I'm like, well, at least I didn't just bury him somewhere. He's too big and nice of a fish to just dump somewhere, you know.
No, dude, I think it's great and very admirable that you had him mounted. Now he's one of the Bass Galaxy's most famous proper bassin bass. I mean, for real, through history, bassin history, you had of course, Leroy Brown. Do you remember Leroy Brown, Tom Mann's bass?
Right. Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, boy, that was a funeral, John.
Right.
I don't know if you know that, but that was Ray Scott, Billy Dance, Roland Martin, Rayo Breckenridge, Tom Mann, Forrest Wood, all drinking whiskey and burying a bass.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine that one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine that one. There was Dottie. Everybody remembers Dottie. Remember the world record Dottie or whatever, or almost California Dottie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the giant eyes. Like, remember it on the Bassmaster? It had eyes like you were like, what? That's a softball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's Walter.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
For real, but I don't know. You should still get a stuffed horse, too, for the garage.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
That's what the kids think now for our other pets. They're like, when the cat dies, are we going to stuff it? Like, no.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, on a serious note, dude, you did an amazing thing for Camp Quality. And that was for the camp for the kids with cancer here on Stray Cast, and you raised a bunch of money for them. That was a huge highlight to us here at Stray Cast, and that's called paying it forward, Johnny. I mean, that's a great deal right there. So that was a huge deal to us here and our Stray Cast family. So we thank you for that. And here's something. Yeah, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Oh no, I just anytime you can do anything like that. I mean, I think everybody. There's a feeling anytime you can help, anybody in need like that. There's nothing better than that feeling, knowing, there's nothing that's,
Yeah. Not only did you help the kids by raising money for the kids, but like you sent out a viewer prize pack. I think the guy got a pallet or something to his house. It was ridiculous. Like, I don't know. You were on way too many Slurpees.
Yeah, I might have been.
All right, now get this. Here's one of my favorites. Like, because it just sounded so fake that you had a friend growing up. He was one of your besties. His name is Spencer Doolittle. And, like, nobody has a friend named Spencer Doolittle unless it's from, like, a novel or a TV show or a Stephen King thing. You know what I mean? Spencer Doolittle was your best bud, one of your best buds growing up.
No, we did nothing but just go fishing every day. That was it. And we wouldn't go to work, nothing. We just fished every day.
And then we had the Stray Cast, speaking of Spencer's, we had the Stray Cast viewer appreciation show. And then we met Spencer, and you and I were both like, wait a minute. Is this Spencer? This is Spencer Doolittle? And he's like, no, it's just viewer Spencer. And then we're like, fake Spencer. Remember?
Yeah.
And he just bought a Crestliner, bud.
Did he? Oh,
yeah. He's
awesome.
he's rocking the XF.
Oh, that's cool.
Heck
He'll love it.
See what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he's loving it, dude. He's in the tin boat army. But no, those are thanks, bud. Cool highlights. John Cox, thank you from Stray Cast.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. This is a good time. It's been some good times.
Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate it every time you have me on, for sure.
Hey, let's do a live read together. You want to do like a radio thing, a live read? You know
Sure.
how radio guys do this? All right, welcome. It's Coxtoberfest, and it's the Johnny Cox Celebration Special. Hey, John, we got a special like and share contest tonight. And Stray Cast is giving away a Berkeley Extravaganza pack. All you got to do is like and share this live Facebook feed, and you get a chance to win some Berkeley goodies. And also, Berkeley's giving away the John Cox Goodness Pack. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give away a couple slobber knockers in mine and a couple spinner bugs.
Ooh.
Some finesse jigs. I'll give some of the new Berkeley Power Bait finesse jigs. So Stray Cast is giving slobber knockers, the new Power Blade spinner bug, the finesse jig, Power Bait finesse jig, and I'm going to throw in some tubes. I'm going to throw in some Maxent tubes. All right? John, what do you want Berkeley to send out? What's the Berkeley Extravaganza pack that you're going to throw in? What's a few of your favorite things? Things.
Gosh, I got so I've been on this kick. I actually got one right here in the box.
Ooh, okay.
125 cane walkers, the saltwater ones. They got some really cool colors.
Ooh, okay. So Johnny's throwing in a cane walker.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in the cane walker. And I'm gonna swap it out with some of the Berkeley Fusion hooks here.
Whoa. Okay, with some custom.
The saltwater ones don't come with the feather treble, but I'm gonna rig one up.
Okay,
and,
so feather trebles we're putting. All right.
I'm gonna rig you up a good one, whoever wins it, and I probably let's see what else I got. Oh, right here, I got this has been everybody's favorite.
I love these Plano bags, by the way.
Oh, these new ones, look, they got this key handle on them, and you can pull it.
Oh,
like that. This is the new one, right?
No, mine don't have that.
I might not be supposed to show you that one yet. but that one,
We'll edit it out. In
post production.
Yeah. But I'm gonna throw in some of these gillies here too.
Whoa!
Man, I've been fishing a lot of ponds lately and stuff, and man, the biggest fish in the pond seems to eat this gilly up, and you can rig it like a gazillion different ways. And
dude, that's a pack. All right, so you're doing the cane walker and some gillies and feather.
Custom by John, too.
Custom by John.
Yeah, I'm gonna rig it. So like
exclusively.
I've been catching 7 and 8 pounders on that thing. Like it looks like a mullet.
Okay,
it's like a mullet color.
All right, now that's the cane walker 110.
125.
125. Saltwater.
Yeah.
Love it. Writing it down. And call Brad Rutherford, get new Plano bags for the Ginger Ninja. I'm going to tell him it's for Ginger. John, those are nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, okay. I got so distracted. I was so excited by that. All you got to do is like and share the live Facebook feed. Straight Cast is giving you a pack. Boom. There's one Berkeley pack. And Johnny Cox, the other one. 2 right there. Boom. Easy enough. Right? All right. Ginge, I got one more live read to do. Okay. Now, hey, Johnny, remember our buddy Victor from over? You fished with Victor when you were on the USA team. Yeah. And he was on the Mexico team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now he's with Half a Spot now, and Half a Spot is an advertiser here on Stray Cast, and they have a contest going right now, John, where you download the Half a Spot app, you fish some online derbs, bank, kayak, boat, doesn't matter. You win them, you get in the final deal, you win that, and then Half a Spot's sending that winner and Stray Cast fishing anywhere they want to go.
Wow.
Yeah, bud. In real life.
Wow.
Yeah. Tell all the people that you see.
Someone listening needs to win that. And then you guys need to come down here.
Yes, let's do that. Okay. I'm sure they would love that.
I'll go with you.
Okay. I was hoping I was hoping Costa Rica or something, you know, or
all right,
you come there too, John. You're in.
Yeah, I mean, if there's room, I will definitely
We're
go.
family.
I want to go to the lake that Victor's always talking about. He's talking about flipping into that brush and catching 14, 15 pounders.
Well, we're going there in January.
Really?
So yeah, you're going too, by the way.
Oh man, I'm in.
Yeah, you're there too, and you're at the other con. You're just coming everywhere. You're like family, John. Yeah. Bring everybody. Bring Melissa and the kids. Bring everybody. Bring Red.
Right.
See if Red has any of that old pork rind left that he used to sell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does your dad have any of that in the garage? Didn't he used to be a pork rind salesman?
Tell me, I forgot. I think it was called. What was it before Uncle Josh bought it? I think it was Gator Bait.
Gator Bait, yeah, Florida.
Went to bait stores selling that stuff.
Dude.
In between his football, I think when he got out of playing football, that was his first job back or whatever.
And Red was probably a hell of a salesman because he's pretty intimidating. They're just going to buy from him no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, hey, if you haven't downloaded the Half a Spot app, now you got a chance to do it and go fishing. Johnny Cox is coming too. Yeah, so there you go. Boom. Yeah. Hey, Victor's coming on next week, too. Check it out. Victor
awesome.
And a bunch of Half a Spot winners already. So,
nice.
Yeah. So, hey, there it is. That was radio. That's how you do a radio deal, John. You see that? Yeah. We just did a radio show together. Hey, now we're getting down to John Cox tournament finishes. All right. You have had some amazing tournaments, right?
I mean, we have ones that I can't believe it. Anytime I try to, I look back at any of that, it's just amazing how some of those have worked out,
Dude, you've been a pro. Correct me if I'm wrong now. Rain Man in a little. 12 years. That sound about right? 12 years?
I think this year, that's probably right there.
And you kicked ass at FLW, no other way to put it. Won a Forest Wood Cup. You dominated FLW. You're a it's a new term that I invented. It's called multilingual. So you're in lots of leagues at the same time, right? Right. You identify as Bass. You're and dudes, get this, man. All right, this is pretty crazy here. 56 top 10s and 11 wins overall.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, bud. Pretty good. 2016 Forest Wood Cup champ, as we said. 2019, you qualified for the elites through 2 divisions, right? Wasn't it Eastern and Centrals?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
whatever they were at the time. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And you won Chick twice, 2 opens.
Yeah.
So it was time. Was that part of the business move? Was that at 2019 was a very shifting period?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For Bass.
Yeah. I mean, some things changed, with sponsors and stuff, but I kind of, that was the time where I felt like I needed to up my game. I feel like I wasn't fishing to my full potential. So I really went all in, and the family has been behind me since then. And then I had Benji with me and stuff. And Benji really pushed me. I was, before Benji, I was a pretty bad slacker, not getting, to the lake first thing in the morning and practicing all day. And Benji really changed my sleeping habits and practice habits.
So John, tell everybody who Benji is for those that are just hearing Benji's name for the first time.
Benji Seaborn, he pretty much rode around with me, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, to all the tournaments. He was like my co-angler. He would drop me at the airport, take my boat home. He made it possible for me to fish all those opens and all the FLW tours and to fish all these tournaments. And man, he just taught me a lot about, working hard. I mean, he's a roofer, handyman, in Gwen, Alabama.
Yeah.
And I saw his work, I didn't see his work ethic, but I got told.
Yeah. Oh, it was driven India.
Yeah. So he was, he was my coach. So he really, really made me fish hard. And, I learned a lot those years, about, spending, I got, put more time in than try to put more time in the other guys.
Punching the clock, bud. Punching the clock. I mean, you really are. You really are. Now get this. You're going to love this part. All right. Now these are BASS stats, and we probe Ronnie Moore for these. He's harder to probe now because he's harder to catch. It used to be easy to catch, and once you catch him, you can probe them easy. But now it's catching them and then probing them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now he's got the baby, and he's a busy man.
Yeah,
now.
He's like a saltwater commentator. He's got a baby. He's running for state senate. He's got a sweet tea company or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but get this. Yeah. Get this. All right. So Ginge has got all the data here, but I'm going to give this to you. 73 tournaments you fished for BASS. 73 already. That includes opens, of course. Now, you've only been in the lead for 3 years, but 73 tournaments and 54 times in the money, John. 54 times in the money out of 73. Pretty good, bud. Pretty good. Get this. In your time as a BASS angler, you've won $555,646. All right, not bad, not shabby, not shabby. And you've caught. Get this, 2,319 pounds of bass.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, wait till Ginge is going to blow your mind now. This is where the real stuff comes in. You ready for this, Andy?
No.
All right. What do you mean, no?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Oh, I see. You had to turn the computer on.
Yeah,
I had to compute it. He's mathematizing. Would you call Matt Robertson for mathematics?
Yeah, I had to call Matt in.
Okay. So anyway.
So I got 2 stats for you.
2 stats.
So out of all, this is just Bassmaster. So per pound, you are making $239.60 per pound of bass.
Whoa!
Now,
that's a businessman.
Businessman. Per derby, out of the 73 derbs, you're making $7,611.58
per derb, John.
Per derb.
Per derb. That's a good
on an average.
That's good. Bass Galaxy. Give that up. That's the businessman, Johnny Cox punching clocks. Johnny Cox punching clocks, catching bass, all that stuff that rhymes with that. Yes. 100%. $239 a pound, John. And you ever thought of it like that? That's nuts.
No, I never thought of it that way. That makes all those few that have come off hurt even worse.
Hurts more, don't it? But it feels good too.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, 7,600 a derb is I mean that's not a bad average, right? What do you think? What do you think it costs?
It's positive every one.
Yeah, you're out of the red every tournament.
Every tournament.
Yeah, so that's probably I mean, if you had no sponsors and stuff, it'd be borderline making money.
Yeah, I mean, but making it. We're talking purely tournament wins.
Yeah.
Business there.
Yeah.
You're doing it. That's pretty impressive because bassing ain't easy.
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, dude, pretty good. Johnny the business guy. Right?
Yeah.
Now you know. Now you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're breaking it down. All right. Hey, let's go a little bit more into your brain. Okay. You want to do that? Let's do like a oh wow. You're doing that, Ginge. So I need you to just expand your mind, all right? Open up and just really answer all these questions as only John Cox would. You ready? I'm hypnotizing you with this shiny xenon.
Oh wow.
Right here, you see that?
Yeah.
Hypnotizing you. John, why are you never in a bad mood?
Oh man, I honestly, I think because I've had some rough parts in my life.
Okay.
So, and I almost died that one time. So I'm just, super grateful to be here.
Yeah.
I
agree too. And I think I too have faced the perils of death, quite frankly, of my own doing. I mean, not that you know what I mean, not like that, but just because I was an asshole, basically. But is all I'm saying. But you were in a terrible boating accident, and horrible things almost happened. But I think that any man that faces that has a new outlook on life. Because once you hit some sort of bottom, whatever it is, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. When you wake up on the bottom of the lake and you somehow make it in the boat, it changes a lot of things,
And that's exactly what I mean. What year?
It does.
What year was that?
That was I want to say that was 15. And I was running you'd run a different boat on the final day.
Yep.
And that's when we had those Evinrudes or whatever on there, and it some reason it went out of the water, and man, it just the boat whipped around, and actually Brian New was my camera guy. He had that back then. They would let
really
if they ran out of camera guys, they would get some of the co-anglers that didn't fish the last day or whatever. They would let them. They'd give them a handheld camera. And when it started spinning around, we were going like 70. He flew out over my head and landed in the water, and I tried to hang on, and it just sucked me right into the motor and knocked me out. And I guess I sunk to the bottom or whatever. And I don't remember anything, but somehow shooting up onto the back deck of the boat, and I guess started stripping down for some reason. I don't know.
Whoa.
And yeah, it was terrible. And I didn't even think it was that bad when I got to the hospital. They gave me a couple stitches staples in my head, and gave us tetanus shots and stuff. And I went back to the hotel room for a couple days. And man, when I woke up the next morning, I was you could see the gear case imprint in my side, and it was terrible.
Hey, Brian's watching right now. Brian he just texted me and he said, I saved Cox's life.
Yeah, he might have.
Dude, I believe that's amazing.
I know for a fact, though, he had his cell phone.
Jen, do you want to get him on? Get Brian on.
And he flew out. And when he came, I guess when he got back in the boat, he still had his phone in his hand. That's one thing I remember.
Oh, man. We just had Brian on. And I did not know this, but I wanted, and again, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I just sent Jen, you got Brian's number. See if we can't smash him in here real quick, wherever he is. But, John, I didn't ever realize this.
Brian. Yeah, it was terrible. So that's honestly, I guess that was the final day, and I had a chance to win at Smith Lake. And, I wasn't able to weigh in because I had to run the boat back, and I wasn't getting back in that boat. So I rode back with the fire department, and man, that's what made that win so sweet. A couple of years ago on Smith, it was the same week, same condition. I was catching the fish the exact same throws as that tournament, and actually win that one on the final day. And, that's what made that was probably one of my best memorable wins, that finally got back at, Smith Lake.
And look at how the turn of your career happened right after that, Johnny.
Yeah, that made me, it made me not take anything for granted, it just changed my whole, it made me realize, I'm out there making a living fishing.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, here's the guy that saved Johnny Cox. It's Brian New. Hey, Brian. Welcome to the show.
We meet again.
What's up, bud?
Oh, nothing. Just sitting here watching you guys and talk about crazy things in life.
Well, thanks, man. I would like to hear your account of this day. I had no idea you were involved, bud.
So it was. I feel like thinking back about it, I think I'm the reason Cox went in there, Skipper. So, like when I'm looking down at my phone, I'm actually texting Anthony Gagliardi.
Okay.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but I was texting him for some reason. I remember that.
And you remember your collarbone was broken? Remember?
Yeah. So 2 weeks before, that was the first year I fished the Costas as a boater. And 2 weeks before, I'm literally fixing to leave in 30 minutes to go to Gunnersville for Costa. And I remembered I promised my mom I'd change her oil in her car, and I was like, about to run out of time. So I run out there. I'm in a hurry. The car's on a gravel driveway. It's been raining all day, so the ground's soft, And so I jack the car up. I'm under it. I think I got the oil filter off, and I see something happening, or I hear something that's just all slow motion. I don't have jack stands under the car, nothing, because I'm in a hurry. And the car literally falls on me. I'm pretty sure I'm fixing to die. Like, literally, I'm not even joking.
Oh, no.
And I was pinned. Like, I was there. And somehow I wiggled, and I'm not sure that the car actually broke my collarbone or if I broke it to get it out. I don't know. But I didn't feel a thing until I actually stood up.
Oh.
But so I get to the hospital. I'm like, y'all got to hurry up, dude. I got to leave in 30 minutes to go to Gunnersville. And needless to say, I didn't make it to Gunnersville. I did make it to Smith, and then we get thrown out of the boat.
What? All that?
It was a lot going on.
How did John get from the bottom of the lake to the boat? How did that happen? And where were you? You got thrown. You went over John.
So let's back up to there. Like,
okay.
My lighting looks. Oh well, you can hear me.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm texting Gagliardi.
There he is.
We never ran that fast all day. I mean, not like what I thought, what I normally drive like, but I felt we're making a slight left hand turn, and I felt it bite. If you've been in a boat long enough, you've felt that. And I felt it bite, and it kind of threw me over, and I got about to John's seat, and I'm bringing myself back like this, and then it bites again, and it throws me harder. And I remember hitting his shoulder or his side. Obviously it's happening so fast and throwing you so hard, like you can't really turn your head or look up. You're just trying to get your grasp on everything. But I do remember hitting his side and then going in. And I'm swimming up to the surface, and about that time I realized my life jacket didn't go off.
Oh, no.
So I was like, well, I'm good. I'm swimming up now. There's no reason to pull the cord. I swim to the boat, crawl in on the passenger side of the motor, and about the time I get in, like I'm looking around, and then Cox pops up on the driver's side of the motor. I grab him, pull him in. Somehow this whole time my phone never leaves my hand.
What the world?
I don't know how. I lost my sunglasses. I didn't do any more damage to my collarbone. And luckily neither one of us died.
Yeah, I mean, and you've both become Bassin icons in the meantime. This is amazing. Andy, did you have any idea New was involved in any of this? Yeah, and John's told the story here, but I never heard you talk about Brian.
Yeah, and to go back on the ghost story, New, you've slept in that same bed, haven't you?
I was not violated, though. I promise
you. Hey, Brian, he said, I can still remember the ghost kissing me on the cheek.
Right? It must have been pretty good. So last time I stayed at that was the last time I stayed in the attic. Yeah. I stayed at Bob's back in, last December. I stayed downstairs.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, cool. Thanks for coming on and popping on with this Tonight Show cameo. And by the way, congratulations on your Opens AOI, bud.
I appreciate it, bud. That was, at Hartwell again.
I know. You were talking about that when you were on the show, man.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. You know, I was in 98th place the first day with 10.5 pounds. And like, I knew the only chance of even getting a check, I had to catch a giant bag. So I had to do something completely different. And I went up Bob's way. I went up near his house and caught the biggest bag of the tournament, moved up 93 places in one day.
You were like, hey, I remember in Bassmaster, they said big bass eat jigs, right? And then you were just like, boom, rest that easy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hey, I was up in the Ghost's next, Ghost neck of the woods. So maybe the Ghost helped me out.
Hey, all I know is I'm staying there and I'm wearing something sexy next time I go. I'm hoping for a good time. Hey, Bass Galaxy, give it up for Brian New, Bassmaster Elite Series champion.
Oh, well, y'all keep it clean. I'm gonna get back to watching you guys. It's always fun watching you, and try to learn something from Cox.
We're getting into the nitty gritty. You bet he's gonna give away some juice, so be careful.
That's right.
Some Cox juice. But
y'all stay safe out there.
Best to the family. You too, bud. Be good. That's Brian New. Awesome. I like it, Johnny. There's some insight. Your bassin' buddy, Brian New, comes and sheds a little light onto the John Cox boat dumping story.
Yeah.
Dude, but all kidding aside, you survived one of the greatest fears that many bass fishermen have. And
I never knew that. Like, I always, saw videos of people getting thrown out, and so I didn't know how scary it was, until it actually happens. I mean, it just, before you know it, it's like, so that's probably why I drive, I take the Crestliner, I run, 45, 50 miles per hour, and
you're a 50 mile an hour guy. I see you.
Yeah.
You even sometimes you just go do casual ride, casual ride. That's all. Hey, when did you realize you were first good at tournaments, John?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I ever feel like I'm good at it.
Really?
I don't know. I just I do really enjoy it. I do fish a lot differently, tournament fishing. Like, anytime I go fishing with my buds and stuff, they always seem to whoop up on me pretty bad. And then something happens when it's tournament time. I'm not sure what it is, but
something clicks, huh?
Yeah, something clicks.
Well, it works for you, so don't change it. Just keep it until if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Yeah. You're a handyman. You know that. You know that, dude. Hey, I wanted to ask you about this. You fished like way back in 2007. There was like the elites were 2006, and then in 2007 they had like elite wild card. And what was that? I remember seeing you like fishing in Florida long time ago. What was that deal?
So that was a huge life lesson that year.
Okay.
That was my first. The year before that was my first year, or no, it might have been that year. It was my first year fishing any of the opens, and I went to the last Southern Open on Eufaula and won one of their aluminum boats. For like third place or whatever. Scroggins ended up beating me, and that other guy that always wins at Eufaula. But I won this aluminum boat, and I upgraded it. Well, I think Triton let me. I ordered it, and they ended up giving me a bigger fiberglass boat. But anyway, so I decided after that tournament, I was going to fish the Northerns because this wild card was going to happen on Harris Chain. If I made it in enough points, I could go to this wild card, and they would pay all your elite entry fees for like the top 3 places, and you get a berth into the elites and everything. So I went out, fished all the Northern Opens, no transducers. I borrowed a boat every tournament, and I made this championship on the Harris Chain. And I go out there day one. I had an awesome practice. I got 3 flipping sticks on the front deck. And I go out day one and I zero.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. And day 2 I go out and I bring some crankbaits, some spinnerbaits, my flipping stuff. I end up catching 50 keepers and end up, completely failing that tournament where, it would have been a lot better. But yeah, that was going way back.
Yeah, man. I remember. I can't remember what I saw about it, but I think that was the first time Because there was some mention of you because of the Florida connection and all that.
I was there was only 50 of us, and I was like I lived 40 minutes from there.
Right.
You know?
So you were you were the favorite, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. And I zeroed the first day.
You let everybody down, but look what happened. Look what happened. Happened. Hey, I know you used to be, or still are, because you're always working, a handyman. But I mean, you're always, you can fix stuff, you can paint, you're
we
good.
just paint, me and my wife's sister's husband Bracken. We just did the hot water elements, and we couldn't get the hot water tank to drain, so we just popped them out, and there was water gushing everywhere in the garage, and we shoved the new ones in, and we got hot water now.
That sounds right. Hey, when in doubt, just start poking holes and stuff, dude.
Yeah.
One time I had a very expensive armoire. You know what that is? Like one of those French bookcase TV things.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a little design on the top, and I was like, dang, it won't fit through the door. I just sawzalled that thing off. You don't need that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, but I also remember you telling me in a conversation once that you were a guide. You also made money guiding.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? People actually, in between when I was doing the paving and working with Keith painting apartments and mowing grass on the weekends, I would try to get as many trips as possible. And I actually, a lot of those guys really helped pay my bills, helped me pay my truck payment, and I was still living at home then and stuff. And man, some of those guys, became my best friends.
Oh, wow.
They were like, hey, instead of having a boat payment, we'll have John take me fishing, and he's got the boat. He already knows where to go. And man, it was a lot of fun taking a lot of them guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it has to have helped you in your shallow water angling skills. Especially, are you a good guide? Do you consider yourself a good teacher?
Yeah, so I'm a horrible teacher. That's what my wife tells me. She tells me I'm a horrible teacher, but I think I did well with the guide things because I kind of sat back, let the guys do their thing, catch their fish, and just put them around them, and we always had a good time. A lot of times the guys would come and I'd be like, I don't know if we're gonna catch anything, it's been tough, and they're like, oh, we don't care. We're just coming down to hang out and go get food and stuff.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a special talent to be a guide. I mean, it really is. A lot. I mean, it's hard to not catch the fish yourself.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it is. It's but it's fun. It's something when you get to watch someone else catch, the biggest bass of their life, or, just seeing that is pretty neat,
dude. And it's an evolution in an angler's lifetime too. The longer you're a bassin' man, the more you enjoy watching others catch fish too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just something that happens. Of course, we want to jack them all, but but it still is. It's fun to see your friends catch them, man.
I don't know how many trips I had, and once I dropped the people off, and they went home, I shot back out.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. Hey, I think that you're a sensitive guy. And by saying that, I mean, you have sensitive feelings for the creature that allows you to make a living. And we talked about Walter. But you actually feel for the bass. You have sympathy for the bass. Like, you will go above and beyond to save any Microtopius salmoides, Microtopius dolomus. I'm talking Latin bass terms to you. Yeah. But you really do go out of your way, John.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, they've helped me, support my family, and I truly love bass fishing. Like I've fished for a lot of other fish and stuff, but I'm just always that whole trying to figure them out each day. It just, I just love that,
Yeah, and I agree. I thank every bass I catch. It's just something I do because I get immense pleasure from catching bass. I don't know what else to say. I thank them. Yeah. I mean, that's. Hey, what's your biggest weakness, John? Your biggest weakness in life or bass? How about life? How about life?
I mean, it's honestly, I just fished with. Oh gosh, who did I fish with the other day?
You don't even know.
I fished with a bunch of guys when I was up north, and my biggest weakness is anytime I can't cast to the shoreline. I don't know what it is. It just some reason when I get off the bank enough to where I can't reach what I'm throwing at, I just have no confidence, and something happens where I'm not working the bait properly, or I don't know, something happens, and that's my biggest. And
people have explained it to me this way too, and it still doesn't help. I just have to be honest with you. I'm an FBR too, freaking bank runner, and I don't use the term freaking usually. But it's been explained to me by many people and many of our friends, John, that, hey, man, your boat's only you run a 21-foot boat. You run the MX 21 Crestliner.
Yeah.
Your boat's 21 foot 2 inches or whatever the heck it is, 4 inches. That's not deep. That's not really deep if you think about the height of your boat. But but in our brains, if you're an FBR, 20 foot is like the creature from 20 leagues. But
yeah, you're out in the middle of the ocean at that point. That's how I feel.
Well, so what do you think about when you're here's a perfect example, John. Lake Okeechobee or its northern counterpart for smallmouth, St. Clair. Those are open water, shallow fisheries.
Right.
How do you feel there?
I struggle at both those, to be honest with you. In Okeechobee, I'll occasionally land on them, just because I've been there so many times fishing as a kid and stuff.
Okay.
And I'll find something a little special and get bit, but you're always in like reeds or grass or hydrilla. There's something, that you're throwing at Okeechobee. And St. Clair, that time I had a shot to win, but it was flooding, and I was in the river and I was throwing at visual targets. But I honestly, out in the middle of St. Clair, at all the times being there, I've not really caught that many bass out in the middle.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it's very actually I zeroed one of the days of practice out in the middle of St. Clair.
Oh, wow.
And everybody's like, 50 a day. And I didn't catch a bass out there.
Oh my gosh, you felt horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I was just so down. And then went in the river and caught 20 something pounds. And I was like, oh, okay.
Now we got this. Hey, speaking of feeling down at times, does a sexually satisfied man catch more bass?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, why? Why, John? Why is that the case? I see it all the time.
I don't know. I mean, that is true. Anytime, you look at some of the guys that, started really catching them again, they either, just got married or, new girlfriend or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Does it go hand in hand with? So here's the thing. All right, get this. Now you're going to call me crazy, and there's many people out there that are going to call me crazier than I already am. But I believe that any natural angler has inherent qualities that they are unaware of. Not only anglers, but hunters as well. There's something that we had way back, whether it's our ancestors or whatever, that's in our brain that teaches us to hunt and gather and be satisfied. And I think that anglers that have the natural ability to capture bass sometimes are tapping into all of that and they don't realize it. And it needs to all be intertwined for the perfect storm. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
It goes in hand in hand. If you are out for successful hunt and you are a satisfied man, you will capture your prey.
Right.
I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
It's true, right, John?
Yeah.
Let's argue all day. Anybody wants to argue about that, we can. But I don't care. Hey, I don't care if it's a weekend club derb. I don't care if you're a Bassmaster Elite Series angler. If you got laid the night before, you're going to fish better the next day. You heard it here. You know it. You know. Hey, name a band. Name the first band that comes to your mind. The first band.
I don't know. Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. So like, is there like a Lincoln Park song that you love or something, or you just said that band?
No, I listened to that. That was like my most recent, 27-hour drive. Played a lot of that on Pandora.
So, so now get this one. So being a dad-daughter, or a daughter-dad, as I am myself, we both have daughters. We listen to a variety of music, especially when they're young, and my daughter loved that Little Mermaid soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
and then the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
and I know every one of those songs because I've literally heard them a zillion times. And so I know Nan and Lil must have had something like that. What was going on with them? What was there? What's embedded in your head, and you don't want it to be there?
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
the older Taylor Swift,
Yeah, the one that Swindle doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
So they were all Taylor Swift and you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There was actually not the truck I have now, but the one before that. There was a CD. It never left the CD player.
It just happens that way, doesn't it? Yeah. And we have no choice about it as dads. No choice. I told Fighter that. Look out. Yeah. He's got 3 girls now. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Hey, all right. Now we're getting down to business. Before we get out of here, I promised everybody we'd get a little technical tonight. Ginge, have you hunted and gathered while we were out there? And we got a couple questions. JR on the chat board. You know J.R. Ewing, Rock and Shoal Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he gathered up some questions for you, Johnny. And let's see. What do you got, Ginge? What's crack-a-lackin'? What's going on for Johnny?
So with the popularity of the aluminum rigs, do you see more and more anglers in the professionals going that way as there's more advancements in those type of boats as well? Like you, Gussie, Christy, Lowen. I mean, you're seeing more and more of it.
Do you think you'll see more?
Do you think you'll see more?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think we will see more. I mean, the until the price points are the same. I mean, right now you can get a Crestliner fully loaded with everything, a lot cheaper than any of the fiberglass ones. So I think that's a big thing. And I think a lot of the guys, it's some reason when I've only had one new fiberglass boat ever, and there's something about like always being afraid of scratching it. There's just something like, for me, it was very hard. It lasted, I had an old Triton a long time ago, or a new one. It was the first one that won or whatever. And I just remember, it took about a month before I put a scratch on it, and I remember being just like, oh my gosh. And there's something about aluminum, it's just, you don't, when you get your aluminum, you just don't even think about it.
You just don't care, honestly.
Yeah, because like, you wipe it down and, it's not gonna, it's not going to chip the fiberglass. You're not going to get where water is going to, beat on that hole and separate the fiberglass. And, So
but imagine what our boats would look like if they were fiberglass.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It'd be terrible.
Ginge, what else you got? What's going on in Bass Galaxy?
So down in Florida.
Okay.
Your favorite water body, but what's your favorite, salt or fresh down that way? What would you rather be doing?
Oh gosh, if I knew more about saltwater, I'd probably do a little bit more of it. My thing is like, even though now is like my off time, I'm constantly like, I'm testing new baits, I'm testing new line, I'm testing new rods. I'm working harder now than in the season. Now I'm like preparing for what I'm going to throw, next season. What's going to be the next, what's going to be the game changer for next year? What I'm going to figure out at this time. So I go freshwater, go for bass. When I try to, I really like the Palm Bay area. That's really fun.
JT Kenny owns that. Let's just
the the St. John's is so flooded right now, so there's like a lot of fish dying. We're not able to actually get on it in this section by my house. But I'm close to Harris Chain, go there a lot. Kissimmee Chain's really good, and there's just tons of ponds that I like to go and try new stuff. But for fun, I go peacock fishing. It's a little bit of a drive, about 3 hours from my house.
You going to Ida?
Yeah, I go down there, Ida, a little bit south of there. I used to go a little bit north of there, but it seemed like with that last cold we had might have pushed them back a little bit. But that's when I go to have fun. That's where we run down there and fish for a few hours and then come back.
What you need to do is a Coxtoberfest peacock bass special.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, one of these days we need to go down there. We'll shoot the show while we're down there.
Yes, we will 100% do that. That's amazing. You got anything else, Ginge? All right, that's it for now. All right. Hey, I want to get in before we get out of here. We're going to do a little show and tell. We got to give away some prizes, and let's get into some technical stuff before we get out of here, John. You do use electronics. I've been in your boat. I've fished with you, and you use your side imager. You're with Lowrance, right? Correct, right? And you use the side imaging and the mapping. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I try to use the side imaging, as long as I can. Like this year, I used it for like a couple tournaments, and then it ripped off.
You knocked the transducer off.
Yeah, and just never got on, and it was just whatever. Yeah. And which it kind of actually probably hurt me towards the end of the season because I really needed it out there on some of that stuff, and they were all out of them. But yeah, I mean, I do put it on later in the season. At the beginning of the season, I don't like running and knowing how shallow it is sometimes.
Really?
So I rather just have the map up and kind of run, and then I'm not always like, ooh, it came up to 2 feet there,
Well, but I got to tell you, the times I've run with you, and you use the side imager as a depth finder. So when you're in 10 foot of water, and then now you're in 6 foot of water, now you're in 2 foot of water, now you're in 1 foot. Oh, I'm gonna shut down. Then you shut down.
Yeah. We were on. What were we on? We were on Pickwick.
Pickwick, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny is that tournament I do remember using that more than normal, and I think we finished third to last.
Third to last, and you blamed it on me, and it had nothing to do with me.
No, but it might have been because we were using the side scan.
Yeah. And here's what it really was. You're like, yeah, Pat, I think it's your fault. I'm like, no, wait, dude. We were fishing out there, and you thought we were on Kentucky Lake. So whose fault is it? It's yours, Johnny, not mine.
You remember, I was so tired. I just won Smith Lake. We missed the first day of practice, drove straight over to Pickwick. And I was just like, oh, my arm was hurt. I was swimming that jig, so my arm was in so much pain.
Dude, you were just you were a gosh dang hot mess. We're driving. It's flooded at Pickwick. You're pulling the crest liner around, checking different parts of the lake. We're driving everywhere.
Oh, we did we lapped the lake that day of practice.
We
remember?
Did, yeah.
Full tank out in the truck and the boat.
Yeah. It was good times, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we sang campfire songs. I lit a fire in the cab of your truck. It was fun. Yeah. It was good stuff, man. Hey, so that's your electronic deal. I mean, you use the side imaging and the mapping, and you're successful with it. So, I mean, that's the thing. But you are not only a handyman in real life, but a handyman with your bassin tools. And this is what we're getting at now. I mean, you are pretty much a very basic, keep it simple, these are my tools of the trade. And you stick to the stuff that you are just confident in, and you know it's going to catch fish for you all the time. And you have the luxury of being able to use some of the best tackle on the planet. I mean, so it's what's some of your favorite things, John? I mean, I know that you were talking about the cane walker, but what's the staples? What's the John Cox 4 foot or less staple?
So I'll grab. I got some of them right here.
Yeah, let's play. Let's play show and tell.
Yeah, let me just show. So,
you got the rods too.
Oh, I got everything.
Okay.
So I've been. So we have a new rod that's coming out. I know this was probably jumping over the baits or whatever.
No,
but,
please do. Please do.
He's got a new rod coming out. It's Pro Series. So all of us on Pro staff got to build 2 rods to whatever technique that we wanted to, or got told that was going to be our technique.
Okay.
And so,
I love your honesty.
Yeah. So mine, I have a spinning rod, which it's a 7-foot medium heavy spinning rod, but it's for mostly like straight fire line and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I got to do the spinning rod and the
Hey John, hold on 1 second. What size is the spinning rod?
It's a 7-foot medium heavy.
7 foot. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, 7-foot medium heavy. But it's so the way I designed it was I didn't want it to feel like a flimsy noodle or like a real this is for like the guys that will refuse to use a spinning rod
like me
because they want one with a little more power. So this one's got a lot more power. You can straight braid with it. It's a really good for someone that wants to get in throwing spinning rods. But just not a big fan of them,
Okay.
And I just throw everything Texas rig. I got, 4-aught Superline hook on it with, I got the hit worm on here now, but I'll put the general jerk shad, and I'm like, casting it, working it and covering stuff. A lot of places you wouldn't usually throw the spinning rod, and that's what I designed that one for.
What's that reel? What was that Xenon? I got a Xenon.
Oh, no, this reel. This is the SX or whatever. This one.
The new SX.
Yeah, this one's a really good one. I'm not sure if this one's out yet. It's one of the new Revos.
It's not. No.
Yeah. Well, maybe we shouldn't.
No. It was announced. You can show it. Show it again.
Okay,
it's okay.
But yeah, I mean,
we don't care anyway.
Really good price point, and yeah, I mean, it's super. It's got great drag and everything, and
that's the STX.
No, that's just the SX.
The SX. A sneak peek of the Revo SX spin reel by John Cox. Brad will never fire you.
Yeah.
Neither will John or Mark. You're fine.
Yeah. But then the other rod I got was a 7.6 medium heavy cranking rod. This was going to be for like Fritz side.
Yeah.
And it's a really great rod, and that's something I'm doing now is I'm testing a lot of different baits on it. Because it just has such a great action, and I feel like it's got to be better for something besides just cranking too. And that's what I started doing a lot of this year. And this is like a sneak peek of what I fished with some of the guys up there at Berkeley at Spirit Lake, and they were all about the braid to fluorocarbon with the FG and all that. And man, I'm starting to really fall in love with that. Braid.
You are.
And I mean, it's just the hookups are great and everything. And this rod actually works perfect for the braid and fluorocarbon. So like, I'm pretty much throwing anything I'm cranking with this rod. Besides the Fritz side, I haven't tried it. Braid to fluorocarbon Fritz side.
No, don't do that.
Slobber knockers.
David Fritz does though.
Yeah, my slobber knockers, spinner baits. I'm throwing a lot of everything on it, and it seems like that rod, the way it loads up, it's not popping the fluorocarbon to braid. And man, just look at the slobber knocker. Have you got this color yet, Pat?
Dude, I'm smashing them on the slobber knocker. I ain't thrown the fire craw yet, but I'm smashing them on the slobber knocker.
Yeah, this one here with the power stinger. This one I think is going to really show out in the spring.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I've been throwing the slobber knocker in basically 2 colors, and I've been throwing it in the green pumpkin and the blueback herring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, blueback herring, man. That one. Once that one breaks in, gosh, that sucker, it catches them.
Dude, I don't know what it is about that blueback herring color, but even in the spinner baits too. I mean,
I got to show you something with the spinner baits.
Yeah, I like show and tell.
Yeah, hold on. I got to show you 2 things. So these 2 are probably some of my favorites.
You're so organized these days.
Yeah, well, yeah. This stuff is so.
Yeah.
So here I got my spinner baits. I got my trailers.
What's your trailers?
So my favorite spinnerbait trailer is the flat nose minnow.
Oh wow!
This is the bigger one. Here's the minnow. Here's the smaller one. And man, that thing. Let me grab one that's got that I've been catching them with. Oh, here.
This is the best.
Hold on. So this is one I've been like destroying them on this color. I wish I would have wrote it down, but I took some pictures of it. I got to figure out what color that is.
Yeah, Gingy's got that one too back there. Andy's got that one.
This one, I think I've caught 50 on this one spinnerbait. But then I got the Max Scent jerk shad there on the back, and gosh, this one here, and this is a 3/4. It doesn't even look like a 3/4.
No.
Man, that one just catches them so good. That's one of my favorites. But I always put that trailer on because it just seems like it swims so well behind there and gets so many more bites.
Really? I've never thrown that on there.
Oh, yeah, and it's deadly on there. And so this is the new box that Plano came out with, where the spinnerbaits, they actually pinch down and you kind of can put them right into these little slots.
I see that.
And you can double and triple stack them. So you can, this is just one row of them each. So you can put, 3 times that.
Yeah, an obnoxious amount.
Yeah. Oh yeah. More than you ever need. But man, I was super impressed with the spinnerbaits. Like, I really like this color here. Like, I know you remember this color.
Oh, the old Jimmy Houston blue and chartreuse.
Yeah. Gosh, that one there. I mean, I remember as a kid.
Yeah,
that
bud.
color, and that's going to be a fish catcher.
Yeah, we'd just be watching Jimmy Houston burn it right under the surface.
Oh, yeah.
And then just
and that there, look, that's a half ounce. That's the compact one. And you see how small that thing is?
It is. I know. I've been smashing them, and the hookup ratio was really good on that long hook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That hook, man, I was super impressed with that hook. There's no reason you'll ever need a trailer hook with that spinnerbait because that hook shank's so far back. And I mean, the hook, I mean, gosh, that one, wherever that one is, I've caught, 50 on this one spinnerbait, and the hook point's still, super sharp.
It's crazy. Now, are you throwing that on your signature winding rod as well?
So I am the half in the 3/8. I am with the braid to, and actually this line they just got me. They just sent it to me the other day, and I started testing it. It's Fluorocarbon.
Yeah, you love that stuff.
Yeah, man, this stuff. I was skeptical at first because I saw it was really cheap. Like,
I thought the same thing. I thought it was economy line.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll try it. And man, it is my favorite leader line for that braid to fluorocarbon. It's a little bit stretchy. I mean, you don't have to retie your FG knot all day long. And I just learned how to tie the FG, and I'm horrible at it. And I haven't broke one yet with it.
Wow.
And, but that's what I'm using for the leader. But when I'm
what was the change? Like, why did this happen to you? I know that
I fished with one of the lure designers at Berkeley, Kyle, and then I fished with his buddy too. And his buddy he's going to be fishing pro circuit next year.
Okay.
And he just caught so many fish. He caught 20 something pounds when I was with him. And that was their thing. Like, they were really big on that braid to fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
And I rods that day, and I was using their stuff, and I was like, man, this is great, And
what was the technique that you were turned on to it with? What were they doing?
Everything we threw with the. It was like we had no mainline fluorocarbon on anything,
Wow. So spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, slob knockers, everything.
Everything. And we were fishing a little bit deeper too, which was like, it actually made me feel somewhat comfortable, in that little bit deeper. And then I just went on from there. I left from there. I went and fished with Steve Penez.
Yeah.
Was throwing the spinnerbait on the braid to fluorocarbon. Man, loved it. And then fished the very next week with Jason Mitchell up there and was throwing the slobber knocker with it, I mean, it was. I'm just really liking it. I haven't really found it, and I know like Fighter flips with it a lot
all the time.
Yeah, so I don't know. So that's something I'm really trying to work on this off season, and
interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean that's an evolution because who knows, man? Maybe you might get forward facing sonar.
No,
That's a cool Sims hat you have, by the way. I like that.
Yeah, Patterson gave me this one. I think he pulled it out of his underwear drawer last time I was at.
It looks like a Patterson hat.
Nice.
It does.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you this. I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you got to design a whole series of rods, or not a series, but 2 of them. And
I got 2. Yeah.
So did that help you being a custom rod maker for so many years? Like, okay, so you were with the custom rod company making your own rods, and then you went to Abu Garcia. And then they're finally like, you found a few rods that you liked in their line, and then you modified those to your style. Did those old custom rod days help you in the evolution of these rods?
I think it helped me, make the changes quicker. Kind of knew what I was looking for and what I wanted. And honestly, like everybody did so well on this Pro Series. Like I'm more, the way it's looking now, I'm going to be throwing everybody else's rod, like including my own, but I think those are going to be my main rod of choice, because like even here, this Pro Series, this is Justin Lucas's. He's got a top water 7.4 medium heavy. And it's like, I mean, I've caught a couple 30-pound bags already since I've been home on this rod, with the cane walker. Or,
yikes.
Or
7.4. Hey, let me see the after that one. Show me your rod again. But that's a popping rod. What's that? Top water.
It's just a Justin Lucas top water rod, 7.4 medium. And I'm telling you, like it came out so well. I have a couple of them.
You like it? Let me see the handle on your crankbait rod.
So mine, I kept the handle kind of long.
Okay.
Just so that I can launch it a little bit further, and I just like that longer handle,
Okay.
So a little bit longer than some of the other guys, and it's 7.5 foot, and it just bends really good. Like
I remember when you got the original one, first it was the white one you were using, and then you had the one that was the prototype with the red on it, and I see now you got the red on your own signature. I like it.
Yeah. No, it came out really good. I mean, I was super happy with it, and I'm glad that I can throw other stuff than just crank and frit side. Pretty much anything to reel and crank.
Will you swim a jig on that too? With the
I think it's a little too soft for the swim jig. I honestly, because I swim the jig pretty fast and straight braid, I was throwing it on Lucas's top water rod. And really liked it. Like did really well in more open water scenarios, not like in really heavy cover or anything, but like sticks and stuff. But this one here has been a real good one too. This is a Hunter Shyrock's flipping rod.
Okay.
And that's what I'm flipping the 1 ounce with. I got the Creature Hog on there, and this one's a 711 medium heavy. And this one
711 medium heavy?
Yeah. So this
interesting.
This is a heavy fast. Sorry.
Heavy.
It's a heavy
okay.
Fast.
Gotcha.
But it reminds me of a medium. I mean, it bends really well, but it still has tons of power. And I think I know my wife's caught a 9-pounder on it.
Oh yeah.
And I caught a few like 7 to 9 pounders on it. I caught one about 8 or 9 pounds with Tackle Warehouse the other day on it.
Oh yeah.
That should be up soon, but
hey, yeah, I noticed you have on all those rods. You have the new Xenons, and I have the Xenon MGX. I have the Xenon X, and then I have the Xenon LTX.
Yeah.
And which ones are you using?
So I have the X and the MGX, and when I'm using pretty much the X for, that's like I'm using that more heavy duty, 1 ounce, 50-pound braid, frogging. Okay. Anything I'm going to throw in like heavier braid, heavier cover.
And that's the all aluminum spool one, the X. Or the all aluminum frame, pardon. The X.
Yeah, it's the black one. It's all black. And it seems like it's, it seems like super durable. I haven't had an issue with any of them.
I haven't either.
And then when I'm going to winding, I'm winding with the MGX. And,
okay, me too.
And I'm telling you, it's this reel it feels better than any reel I've ever used. Like, I mean, going back like as far back as I can remember. I mean, it's so solid. There's no play in it at all. And cast. I mean, everywhere I would tie my braid, I'd have my backing underneath and tie my braid.
Yes.
And fill the reel up. I'm gonna have to actually go back in and cut more of that backing off because I'm casting out my knot. Because
Yeah.
It's and I don't. At first, I wasn't sure about that clicker drag. When because it's different. It's kind of like spinning rod, kind of. It was different. It was weird. But what I noticed is when I hear that thing clicking, I know they're really pulling line, and I'm teaching myself not to pull when it's clicking, which I think sometimes you do pull too hard when it's taking drag. You don't really realize how much drag's getting taken off the reel. And man, it seems like I'm landing a lot more fish. I'm not ripping giant holes in their mouth. And
I get it. And the reels I was using last year, I was showing you were the Japanese Roxani's Abus.
Okay.
And those had that clicker drag, and I was like, wow, okay, I like this deal. Yeah, it's not. So you're happy with the Xenons?
Oh yeah, I'm extremely happy with them. I honestly, I want to get as many as I can.
Yeah, I hear you, and you got to get this silver one, dude. Wait till you drag some jigs with this silver one, the LTX.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a screamer.
That looks nice.
Oh yeah, it's sexy. It's sexy as can be. You're loaded up, dude. It's off season, and you're doing taking the kids to games and school stuff. And I know Melissa's busy. And what's John Cox doing while the kids are at school? Melissa's out doing her thing. What are you doing during the day?
I've been fishing every day during the week.
Of course.
I'm probably, I don't know. Every week I say the same thing. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to work around the house some, and I'm going to get this garage straightened out. But
hey, it's your job to catch fish. You have to stay conditioned.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. Like each time I go, I feel like I get something figured out a little more and more. So, I'm going to keep going, get home, go to the softball games, or our Saturdays are shot. Our Saturdays, it's cross country in the morning, soccer in the afternoon, and then they both usually have softball games in the evening. So it's,
you're taxed. Nobody fishes on the weekends anyway.
Yeah.
At least you.
Yeah. No.
Hey, let's give some stuff away. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Let's get Ginge. You got some peeps? I gave one to Johnny. Oh, Johnny's got one. Okay. And now, John, you were giving away a cane walker.
Yep.
Some
feather.
The saltwater one. Some Fusion 19 feathers.
Yep.
And what was the other thing?
And then I'm gonna throw in some of the gillies.
Oh, the gillies, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, and then this is the John Cox prize pack. What do you want? Would you like medieval music? You want a drum roll? What do you want to give it away with, John?
Give me some medieval music.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, am I supposed to say it because I missed the? Or do you have it, Pat?
No, I don't have it yet. Is he saying it, Chinch? I don't have anything.
Tell him to send it one more time. I saw it, but it went by. I don't know where it went.
The teleprompter, the ticker talker.
Look at your phone.
Well, look, John. Here it comes.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Hit him, Ginge. Hit him with some medieval.
All right. The winner is Aaron Robertson.
Robinson.
Oh, Robinson.
Robertson.
Robertson would not be eligible because he might be related to Maddie. So, Aaron Robinson, you won the John Cox Berkeley prize pack. Heck yes. Compliments of John Cox and Berkeley Fish. And then, Ginge, you got one for me?
It's coming.
We might as well just do this right now, right?
Yep.
Right.
All right. We're doing it. We're getting it done. Oh, my parents are texting me from Jamaica right now.
Nice.
Yeah. They're having a good time. Oh, this might be related to Larry Dahlberg, but it's not.
Kinda.
All right, what do you got? What do you got for me, Ginge?
I'll give you the same.
Okay, you give me medieval. He. The winner of the Stray Cast Berkeley package is, gosh dang it, Derek Kalberg. Kalberg.
Yeah.
Derek Kalberg, come on down. John, magic happens on Stray Casts. And magic happens in your garage, I can tell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially tackle magic.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And hey, bud, I just want to say the whole Bass Nation and Bass Galaxy looks forward to every gosh dang tournament that you fish. They really do.
I appreciate it.
And Coxtoberfest has been a blast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll
have to do it again next October.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole month. In fact, every show in October, it's just going to be John Cox next October. It's going to be you every show for the month of October. And then you're just going to show products from Pure Fishing that you shouldn't show.
Yeah, I'll probably get the text after.
We'll get emails. No, Brad's in a tournament. Brad has a big.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's out of office, off fish.
Right.
Because he's got a big derp. So everybody, I need everybody to put their cosmic zen together so Brad Rutherford finishes well and fares well in this tournament. Right? Because a happy boss makes for happy John Cox. Right?
Yeah.
John, thank you so much. My best to you and the family. And I'll see you soon. I'll be that way soon, actually. I hope you'll be around. I hope you'll be home.
Okay. Sounds good.
So,
thanks for having me on.
Hey,
see you guys.
Bass Galaxy, that's John Cox. He's the amazing, incredible, invincible, smiling handyman, John Cox. Peace, bud. I love you, man.
See you guys.
Johnny Cox. That's fun, Ginch. Coxtoberfest.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. Hey, that's another. Next week, we have another advertising partner appreciation show. And I got all kinds of madness booked up, but Half a Spot, the boys from Half a Spot coming on.
Yep.
And CalSag Bassers. You believe that? Are you ready for that, Ginch?
I'm ready.
I don't know. It could get out of hand.
It usually will.
Hey, but until then, Ginch, it's been a fun show.
Yeah.
It's a good time, and I hope I get my trolling motor fixed so I can go catch some more basses in this wide world of bass fishing that we live in. You look like a vampire in this holiday season. Speaking of holiday season, I'm enjoying this Mountain Dew Halloween Zero mystery flavor.
Not bad.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Did I see?
Did I see that? Mr. Ichikawa, you make deadly hooks. Forged over 500 years of Japanese craftsmanship into every hook. Sims Fishing, you make us schlubs look amazing. We thank you. Tin Cup Whiskey, the official brown liquor of Bass and Luke Foley, we thank you. Tin Cup Whiskey. Alpha Angler. Alka-Seltzer. What was I saying? Alpha Angler. Hey, Boomer and Pops and Brandon, thanks. Thanks for the incredible stuff that you guys do over at Alpha Angler. Half a Spot Official. Download the app. They're coming on next week. We're going to talk about exotics. Fishing the exotics. Bravarni Swim Jigs. How's Dan Bravarni? He's just amazing always. That's the answer. That's the answer. Bite Me Tackle. Home of the big dude. Tube head. Amphibia Eye Gear. We throw shade with Amphibia. Impulse Lithium. Bill and Darlene Weedler. Mr. and Mrs. Scientist. Cranking out the new battery does everything. Abu Garcia Berkeley, thank you so much for your support of this show. Crestliner Boats, we stay afloat with you. Omnia Fishing, it's where we shop and we power pull down for pleasure. I'm Pat Renwick. That's Andrew Ellenberger. Bass Galaxy, we bid we peace. And we peace, we bid you. So, and Seamus. Where's Seamus? Where's the dog? Oh, the dog's been good. Yeah, the whole time. Bass Galaxy, I'm out of here. See you next week. Same Bass time. Same Bass channel. Adios, conquistadors.